Let me go ahead and get rid of that spotter.
3. They have been very consistent.
Yeah, we don't need no spotter.
Of the
no in-game spotter.
Place is going to be Corey Mower with Zachary Lovelace.
I see your streams up.
You may see a little bit of a different paint scheme for some of these drivers, as I believe it is the college game night is the theme for tonight. So a couple drivers will have a couple different paint schemes. Zachary Lovelace with the LM or the JMU paint scheme. In fact, I'll see if we can get eyes on that number 33 machine on the track here momentarily, as well as the...
Hey, Derek, you were here quick.
We're going to try, Derek, I promise you.
Get the proper angle. Took 3 tries, but there we go.
It is possible.
See Lovelace in row number 3. Row number 4 is going
It is also not possible.
Tony Brent and Hunter Karsten in the 7th and 8th place positions. Car number 28 and 13, respectively. Karsten and, well, actually, I'll start with this. Tony Brent, your points leader coming into this race. Karsten, been pretty consistent. Top 5s, top 10s. I believe a couple top 10s so far throughout the start of this season. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be...
I hear you, Derek.
With Chris Chavez Essery in the number 15, rounding out the 10th place position.
Well, thank you for showing up. Almost forgot to push that button. That would have been bad. I have pushed that button, though, so we're good.
Of your starting grid, starting in the 11th is going to be Jared Claude with William Duff to his outside in that number 17 machine, the on the throttle 17 machine as well. It's currently under pace laps. Larry Griffin will start in 13th. 14th place is going to be John Dart. 15th place.
I don't remember if there's I don't remember if there's stages.
16th, Jonathan Burt, and rounding out the 17 car field is...
They said it during race, whatever. Pre-race. And I didn't listen.
This car leads the field through turns 3 and 4. Unless the race car decides to make the exit to pit road, and it does. Field in control of Brian McCann. Could he make it 3 in a row?
Hi, buddy.
That's the question on everybody's mind here this afternoon. Green flag.
Plus, Travis Dart got outside pole.
Yeah.
It's a nice lap.
Yep. 26 still on your right rear. Not yet clear. Now you're clear up.
He either almost wrecked or gave it to me. I'm leaning towards almost wrecked.
It's always sketchy on the first lap.
Better slow down and wear these tires out.
Yepper. Race management, sir. All you need to do is hold the spot.
Just like that. Lap 1 being led by Brian McCann. Second place has gone to Michael Thorpe Jr. for the moment. Travis Dart has Corey Mower right on the back.
You only get 100% worth of tires.
For number 2. That is the main danger here of Dover Motor Speedways. The walls come up on you really.
Just got to figure out how to use it all.
Force. As well as just the steering wheel, especially with the constant banking, you have to constantly turning. That's almost for a very specific reason.
Dover is all about rhythm.
On board Corey Mower as he goes side by.
All about that line, too.
Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4.
Yep.
Left up on.
You got off a little bit, and it's just chewing the right front up.
Defend against Cameron Sarton, who gets
Derek. Sarton is really fast. Lovelace is fast.
His way through as
that
well.
Corey, I don't know how you pronounce that last name, but he was turning down some real good practice laps. More.
Not going to be firm lane, as I think
very consistent.
Slid just a little bit on corner entry, but he does hold on to it. Move the 33 up to P5. Now that 33 is clear, Trout start.
Basically the 5 drivers behind me that I can see.
Yeah.
Boy, they are really safe.
Yep.
Look at
Thorpe,
that.
Moore, Sarton, Lovelace, and Dart.
Third, I saw the Arizona Cardinals machine. He had slid.
He got the big save going on.
Side wall off turn number 2. He just managed to hang onto it.
Yeah, because we got to go 80 laps. Okay. I see now.
Uh-oh. What happened?
What happened? Are you talking about the broadcast?
Replay that we have a little bit of time available. Brian McCann has had a connection issue. That's why you see him.
Brian, can you hear me?
The order.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, your stream quit. You blanked out for a good while, and then your stream quit, and then you came back.
Laps ago.
And you were gone for a good half lap.
So just a few seconds before this, there we go.
All right, your stream's back.
Turn number 1, turn 2. We should see as we slow it down.
I'm not sure. I did.
Derek says your stream didn't quit there, so it might have been me then.
So slightly.
Nah, I just got a private message from Steve.
That angle, that is for sure.
Said I'm in the red on quality.
Cool.
But it's showing green on my side.
Okay, so
Ken has decided to re-enter existence.
That was definitely weird.
Let's go back to
yeah.
Jonathan Bird's actually making the outside lane work. I said it was.
I did get invalid lap from
your car was
iRacing.
the only one that disappeared. I was still watching the 34.
And they definitely, he's definitely showing that to be the case here. He's just running higher up actually than what Travis Dart was running. Dart was running maybe about one car with.
I am running. I do have 2 internet providers now, but iRacing can't flip over. So all my other stuff can flip over, like my stream and whatever, but only iRacing. iRacing can only go out one provider. So if that one provider goes down, I'll lose connection to iRacing. But I don't think that has anything to do with what just happened.
You're back straight away.
I'm not sure what just happened.
I don't think so. All right, but you got a 1.3 lead over Mike Thorpe.
Line in the tire tracks of Joe Claude. A little bit of a slide, it looked like, but if it was, it definitely didn't hinder his corner exit. But however, that corner exit.
I'm just out here cruising. I don't.
Hindered.
I mean, yeah, I might pay for it in 60 laps, but it feels good. We're on lap 11. I'll eat my words here in a second.
You don't have to be Superman every lap, that's for sure. He's pushing hard behind you
right now.
Yeah, that's the strategy, Derek. It pains me to let off anymore.
Rolled on board, so it's just about to cut away to an external angle. Jonathan Burdett slid off turn 4, and we rolled on board with that. Saw that car control. He was right off the throttle. Let the car.
Hey, Kyle. Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Right back to him.
Are you ready?
Oh, Jared Claude sliding to the inside, diving down, trying to get to the inside of Chris Chavez Essery for the position. He slides off turn 4 as well.
You're still going to race, right?
Again, keep in mind, the stage ends at lap 100, so we have quite a ways to go here. So we won't really be talking about the positions just yet, but in fact...
Oh, you probably will kick my butt.
Talking about, they're going to be related to the championship position. Let's see, hopefully fingers crossed this works as Brent just directs the right side of the car against the outside wall. Let's see here.
1.8 ahead.
That is working. What do you know? Emerson Jared Claude's not showing up in the live position, and I'm not sure why. But he is indeed here, despite the fact that the graphic says. Let's see, Brian McCann.
No, I think we're even right now.
If the race were to finish as it is, of course, without stage points, keep in mind, if the race were to finish as it is, Brian McCann would be the points leader.
It might sound like it's screaming to y'all.
Over currently sitting second place, Michael.
I manipulate the audio.
I am so glad this is working. But the very key.
But feeling wise,
is Tony Brand.
It feels even.
That's not bad. It'd only be about 4 points behind Brian McCann, which isn't awful. Travis Dart sneaking his way through into the top 10 as well. Same goes for Zachary Lovelace. So a lot of the drivers.
Sarton has caught Thorpe. They're going to have a little bit of a fight here, so that's going to allow you to pull away a little bit more. But right now, you're sitting on just about 1.9.
Are currently all.
I think Sarton
on track.
They're definitely catching me here.
Travis Essery would sneak his way into 8th place in the championship if he were to finish in 10th.
Sarton is the fastest of the top 3 right now, and has been about, all 5 of the last 5 laps.
Jonathan Burt, Duff gets by.
He's going to run me down.
Into the outside wall a little bit, but that's not going to stop his corner entry.
Let him push. Just be consistent. You'll be fine.
Another driver with a different paint scheme.
10-4. I ain't worried.
very beautiful chrome Raiders paint scheme.
Oh, I know.
I think
34 is worried though, because he's pushing hard.
even the car number.
All right, they're side by side behind you now. 34's got the high side.
Sure.
He's not going to allow the one to take it here.
Jared Claude and Larry Griffin are not being shown on the real-time positions because they are on track, but
they're still side by side, so you got 2+ over them.
But real-time.
I don't think I'm running the right line.
Is
Are they running one lane up?
it means like one more time that Chavez has gotten by.
Well, right now they're side by side. The one's down low, 34's up high, and they are still fighting.
Side by side for second place. Cameron Sarton has snuck his way. Cameron Sarton has snuck his way up to the inside.
One lane up feels a lot better.
Michael.
All right, I'll let you know where the one goes now.
By the looks of it,
10-4.
pure pace, Cameron had caught up because I don't see a massive time loss for Michael Thorpe from the previous lap. It was 25.84.
Well, this lap isn't going to help because he just completely threw it in there and slid up the track.
Sarton, who moves his way.
Oh yeah, they're definitely wearing their tires out.
On track, Thorpe thinks about making a pass, decides to pass it on.
I don't think the
He's running the
diamond.
same line as you. A little bit of diamonding.
About 10th of a second
All right.
is faster.
I think too much diamond hurts.
Sarton. Yeah,
That's why I'm kind of running a half diamond, which is high lane to low lane.
throughout the season especially. Cameron Sarton, we've seen this last week.
Yeah, and in the center in the entrance to the center, he's sliding up just about one full width, and then he's back down with his left side close to the apron on exit
From Cameron
in 1 and 2.
From him at Motegi.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Just occasionally he misses his entrance.
He gets into clean air and he gets going.
He is definitely running me down though. Those first like 10 laps are so crucial to run the correct speed.
Still 1.8.
Finish line up on
Yeah.
the timing towers. Half a tenth. Well, actually, no. Correction. 800ths of a second faster is Cameron Sarton versus Brian McCann. Into the wall on the outside is Zachary.
Wow, look
in the background.
Working
Brent,
lap 25 already.
if he can complete the pass through turn 4, drag race off the corner.
And so we're going to have to split it into thirds, I believe. So what would that be?
6.
Well, we saw one guy run, 50 laps earlier.
Lane just a little bit. Let's ride on board.
So if you did that, and you're talking 55 to 60 per run,
One set over. All in varying locations.
that would split it in thirds.
All right. Roger.
Let's see John Dart in the background. Wheels up way in the outside wall.
It's gotten to where it's real loose on entry and starting to get loose on exit.
Look, guys, see what happened here to Jonathan Dart. Looks like this took a very, very.
So Diamond may actually come into play here.
Now, if you more fault of let's run it back one more time. Right in car.
I'm losing my right rear right now.
That is how Chris Chavez Essery got by to P9 on the racetrack.
Catching is one thing, passing is another, especially on old tires.
Just as I was about to do a quick story of the race so far, because these laps are ticking by really quickly, Chavez had fallen back, so we're going to go back to another replay. While we're not even in green flag, or while we're still in green flag conditions, but everyone's spread out, we're fine. So let's see what happened between Philip Chavez and Jared Claude. Claude squeezes. Both get loose and just lost grip. Is Philip Chavez off the corner?
Plenty of time before you come up on any kind of a lap trap or lap car. The first one you'd come up to as of right now would be Larry Griffin.
See the 101 staring at the back bumper of the 46. Let's see if we have time now that we're on lap number 30. And of course, just a quick mention, you'll see the entire.
He's getting a little tail happy on the exits as well.
Little screen cycling at
Very nice.
I expect. Butt Kicker currently the main sponsor, but you also see On the Throttle and Team Watson Racing Subs, the sponsor for this race as well. All of the links to those sponsors will be in the description below. Should you choose to have some interest and check them out. In the meantime, Brian McCann currently leads by 1.2 seconds. The gap is close.
This right rear is horrendous right now.
To make a point out of it, the gap was not. The gap was 1.4 seconds, and Brian Johnson's cars was not as heavily scraped as it is.
Let me do that.
Look back and see what happened to the number 27 machine. Was it off turn 4? Johnson had the 6 behind, and turn 4 had struck huge hit to the inside wall, and because he didn't spin, because he kept it going, he was able to prevent it coming out. However,
going forward on the brake bias really helped.
To the inside wall, and how hard of a hit that was. In fact, if we can get to a that is that is no doubt day done for Brian Johnson, and what a shame too. 30.
It just wants to rotate so easily.
The race. He has not yet immediately gotten out of the car and towed, but
you're a wheel man for a reason.
Yeah, let's see how things go.
Well, we're willing.
Has he had an issue? It looks like it's.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to tow back to pit road. It'll be a very, very quick exit.
I almost lost it there.
Well, he is also.
Hold on to it.
What lap are we on?
He's officially out of this event. Brian Johnson's
34. I got to go 20 more.
35.
Oh no.
Before we have some.
Yeah, but so does he.
It's just non-stop action. Brian McCann leads with now 0.8 of a second between himself and Cameron Sargent. Sargent closing the gap. Michael Thorpe Jr. has.
You've got another car that pulled down the apron.
Prevented himself.
He's coming off pit road, so you're all clear.
Good way.
Shit, I'm gonna start running the high side here. So if it's that,
a lot at Milwaukee last week, just feeling that car. Travis Start sits in the 4th place position. So far, so good for him. Running the outside lane ever so slightly. The ball.
He's staying down low.
Johnson is back out on track. You see him on the inside lane. Corey Mower sits in.
You're giving him all kinds of clean air right now, Brian.
Johnson's strategy is to just get a couple more laps on John Dark, get that extra point. Meanwhile,
if you feel better about the high side, go ahead.
This race, right?
But as soon as you open up that window and you stop shoving that dirty air on his nose, it just helps him out.
A little bit. Swap those two around. Tony Brent 5th, Corey Miller in 6th. Just like that, there are 0.4 of a second between Cameron Sargent and Brian.
And he's going to be taking air off our spoiler.
Laps complete. And the lead is not going to be.
Well, he's got to get that close first.
Of that number.
I don't know if he can.
He's here.
Right now he's just in your tire tracks.
Cameron Sargent didn't have a chance to get the gap down last week at Motegi. This week, now that he's gotten the pace, he's gotten the clean air, he has set his sights on number 8. He's going to do what he wasn't really able to do last week. Not only match the pace of Brian McCann, not only catch up to the back bumper of Brian.
Pretty sure he's going to pass me.
Maybe, just possibly, pass Brian.
Oh, if he's going to pass you, make him pass you high.
A lot of time to do so, because we are about to cross lap 40. The stage ends at lap.
I'm just focused on how can I get the fastest exits here.
Perfect for this.
Basically, hold them up in the middle of the turn.
Brian McCann has been on a 2-race winning streak, absolutely dominating both races. However, this week, going into turns 3 and 4, and he'll be exiting turn number 4, Cameron Sargent will finally say, you know what? Somebody needs to challenge you, and it's going to be me. Will he do it into turn number 1, lap 41? Not quite yet. He is letting Brian McCann know that he is there just by sitting in the mirrors. Looks to the inside, off turn number 2, slides a little bit.
One is tight and pushing.
Move though. Sitting right on the back bumper.
He's going to try the outside. He's got nothing there.
Here.
Let's see what the exit is on a diamond.
Mower is slow.
Not enough to catch on the straightaway.
He is.
Not that time anyway.
First of the field to make pit stops. Sarton slides a lot in turns 1 and 2.
Down low.
Goes to the outside lane.
Still there, door to door.
Make a move again. Although with the momentum, in fact, he might be able to make a move here into turn number 1, to the inside.
Inside.
Sarton will put an end temporarily to the dominant break.
There you go. Try to keep him pinched down if you can. That way you can accelerate off the corner.
Out in front. They drag race down into turn 3. Side by side they go.
He's all the way on the bottom.
All 43 laps so far. Will he lead lap 44?
Still there.
By side.
He's got a much nicer right rear than I got.
Lead
to P3
by Cameron Sarton. But Sarton is trying to do his best to fight on the inside. McCann
left front.
Side lane. He is hanging tough there. He is not going down without a fight. This is going to be slowing both of these drivers down.
You disappeared again.
Thorpe Jr. to make a potential pass. Sarton does not.
I'm still racing them.
Cleared off turn 4 and still barely at the start-finish line. It will be Cameron Sarton out in front. Brian McCann's connection has dropped.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, you just disappeared for a second.
Still on the outside lane by the.
I'll just back out of it.
Scrapes the outside wall. In fact, I would say if McCann didn't scrape the outside wall, he would have.
The broadcaster saw it too.
Stay out right on the outside lane.
It never blinked on my side. That's weird.
Sarton bobbles, completes the pass after 3 laps of straight up side-by-side racing. Wow.
All right, so that was 45 laps straight.
70, that we still have a long way to go. We have not completed the stage. That will be at lap 100, but still, the fact
we're looking for
coming to his own here at this track. This track is
57, yeah, between 55 and 60.
Inside. Now that McCann is not leading, it was 5 extra points, by the way, for leading in, for finishing in the first place position. So that has dropped Brian McCann to.
You're really good getting on and off pit road. Might be able to get a little bit extra time right there.
Sarton has moved himself to be tied with Zachary Lovelace for 5th.
Just don't forget to adjust your brake bias.
Tied with Michael Thorpe Jr. again first for the live championship standings, actually. Once again, the numbers in the parentheses are the positions that these drivers are running in real time on the track. Speaking of Michael Thorpe Jr., he had a small slide out of that corner of turn number 3 just in the background. And Travis Dart says, oh, you know what? I'll just go to the outside here since he just left that open. And look at that slide again. That might cost Thorpe for the.
This whole time I thought it was going to be a right front track.
Travis Dart has come into his own on the middle groove as well. He's gotten the hang of it. Running that, rubbering in.
Now we know.
That middle lane as well. That's helping a lot in this case.
This is not a battle for position. If you have to, let him go. It's the 84 down low.
Side bobble from Michael Thorpe Jr. Still stays side by side. Not giving position so easily. Able to hang on the inside lane, especially with that walk on that Travis Dart just made on the exit of turn 2. Corner entry not as kind to Michael Thorpe Jr. as it was to Travis Dart, who just closes the gap very gently. Thorpe bobbles again, and just like that, Travis Dart is in 3rd place.
You've extended the lead over P3. Now it's 3 plus.
Look at the provisional points.
I think my right rear might actually be going down.
For Tony Brent.
We're looking at about 5 or 6 more laps, Brian.
Thorpe is Dart, 1 point behind Dart.
His is 2, I believe.
Then we go to Lovelace, who's 129 points, tied with Cameron Sarton.
Can you take off the spotter so I can hear if a tire's going low?
Close. We won't be.
Yeah, you're reeling them back in.
Caring about the top 12 who will be going to the playoffs. We won't technically be caring about that.
Absolutely.
But the fact that this has been so consistently close
there you go.
for so long. Brent's only 4 races in, 4 and a bit races in.
Yeah, I mean this is ridiculously hard to drive right now.
In this case. Larry Griffin gets by Jonathan Britt for the 13th place position. Jonathan Britt, however, not going to let that slide so easily.
So the spotter's talking about the right front, not the right rear.
able to have the exit he wants, running the same lane. A couple of drivers now we see running the middle groove. There is your race leader, Cameron Sarton. Brian Johnson is still running, by the way, 16 laps down in total.
Car down low.
But he is still running. Saturn his pit box for 4 minutes, 42.4 seconds. That only recently came out of pit road 5 laps ago. And is that a clutch? I heard potentially. Right on.
You were faster than first and third 4 of the last 5 laps. So Sarton completely destroyed his stuff trying to catch and getting by you.
It is literally like ice out here.
The leader just did a 26.
Cameron Sarton is saving. Is McCann doing the same on the corner entry, just 7/10 of a second behind?
So what are you thinking next time, Brian?
New thing here.
Nah.
Or do you want to try to stretch it to 60?
Answers that question.
I'm going to go one more than he does.
1 and 2. Sarton is aggressively saving too, by the way. Although, despite the fact that he's saving,
Well, I don't know. Either
still matching the lap times of Brian McCann with a 26.5 lap time. The McCann is going
I'm really going off of him.
without clutching in every corner.
I could undercut him.
Is able to stay in front by almost 800 of a second last round 5. Ryan Lynch has made his way into pit road.
Too many
With Cameron Sarton saving, Brian McCann running as per usual.
Yeah, I guess we'll pit here.
If Sarton is hoping he could beat McCann on
Pit now.
not only pure pace, but also on strategy. I'm going to use Larry Griffin in the 7-7 machine.
Brake bias, brake bias, brake bias.
Cameron Sarton in the inside lane.
Good save.
Nearly scrapes the outside wall. Sarton bobbles a little bit. I'm sure. I am
Little iRacing hack there.
to move right back up to the preferred lane.
When you're spinning out, just go full left.
Oh my goodness, what happened to Michael Thorpe Jr.? Hold on a moment.
5,
That is heavy damage to the 34.
2, 1. Right here.
Oh, we're not talking about that tire.
You got loose in turns 3 and 4. Oh no. I'll run this back one more time. You get loose off the corner here as well, because everybody was all over the place. Oh,
All right, nobody come.
aggressively sliding, drifting,
Gonna be a little loose, be careful.
trying to get on the power a lot on corner exit.
All right, clear up, come on, let's go.
Then he tries to
Y'all just witnessed how a 13% tire drives.
right at the last second. And then because of how hot the tires were,
Ooh-ah.
that's what caused Thorpe to slide into the outside wall. Somehow no caution came out. Of course, race
Yeah, 47-13, holy cow.
was still rolling forward.
Clear up.
Race control would throw manual cautions anyway, as long
Now we know which one we got to save.
as iRacing alone.
46 pitting.
But that might be, I wouldn't say day done like I thought for Brian Johnson. Tires are going up onto the 34 machine. Cameron Sarton is actually going to be the first one to go to pit road. In fact, that's Brian McCann on the pit road throughout that entire time. Yes.
Outside, pinching you. And now clear.
Bring up the last pit lap, or in this case, how long the drivers have been going on.
Right now you're the second car, 1 lap down. Moore is the first.
We are able to do that. There we go. So the higher the number, the
Now-
driver has stayed out. There's Travis Gart, the driver in the lead right now. Where is Cameron Sarton in relation to? Well, that is that question, because there goes Brian McCann, well out ahead.
'84 right rear and clear.
Pit entry, because now is going to be actually somehow, interestingly enough, that's why even 21 laps ago, versus Brian campaigning 4 laps ago, so Corey Miller did pit earlier. I do remember that. We pit around lap 40 or so.
3.5 and knowledge to protect the right rear.
No doubt, get himself into prime position for scoring.
Might be a dangerous combo.
Some extra points, I should say, as William Duff was sliding off 34. I am very surprised with. I'm not going to say it, actually. You know what? Not risking the commentator's curse this week. Not risking it. If you know, then you probably know. We'll see how things go in the meantime. Does Chris Travis Esser go to pit road? No. Does William Duff go to pit road? Well, because he's going to.
So Diamond actually comes into play now.
Right now, we really need this to stay green. Got 5 that have not yet come on down pit road.
Also, no. Well, he's on the back straightaway, so we haven't found out yet. Brendan Ken, your net leader. Does Larry Griffin go to pit road? No. Travis Start is in a very, very good position, and I think I know exactly why some drivers come to pit road. If we take a look at the timing tower, everybody from P5 back is 1 lap down. So you know what? I don't blame the entire top 5 deciding to stay out, because this is insanely prime position right now, if anything were to happen. And oh, by the way, this might be the area of where something
Saved most of the right rear on entry.
number 3
right now.
That's
what it feels like.
10, and sitting directly behind 33 of Zachary Lovelace.
Okay.
So everybody holding out hope that
Clear.
could happen. This would be the prime spot for said something to happen. The question is, will anything happen, despite the fact that these drivers are all within, give or take, I would say, about 0.3 of a second. Larry Griffin has fallen back to position. Brian McCann has gotten by. Brian McCann's still 1 lap down, though. Off turn 4. This is once again the 9th place. Brian Lynch into 3, 9th place.
All right, you're up to the first car, 1 lap down.
Just looking in the background there. 4th car in line from Brian Lynch. Everyone seems relatively spacious.
Essery's on pit road. That'll just leave the top 3.
Essery has spun, and has he hit the pit barrels on the inside? He might have. That would be the only way. The 15 has that much damage. Chris Chavez Essery is pretty much out. He decides, yeah, I'll just park it here, and there goes Travis Dart. That leads 3 cars, that leaves 4 cars actually, on the blue lap now. The 15 of Chris Travis Essery, the pit entry here is brutal. We'll take a look here on board in a few moments. Got up and so the green flag running. There we go.
So they got this car set up. This is a custom setup. They got it set up more like the Cup car than they do the iRacing Fix set up in these things.
So we can ride on board the 15 here.
Okay.
Get it in.
I'm really used to the Fix setups where you have to protect the right front.
Might come back to it here.
So now I'm driving it completely different.
I didn't know that this is an open set league. Interesting.
No. It's not it's a fixed setup, but it's a custom setup.
Oh, man. You can hear the rapid downshift trying to get it up. But once you see that smoke, it is pretty much over. One more time from an external angle. And the banking transition just did not help.
It was just my first stint. I was driving it as if it were a fixed setup.
Outside.
Pit barrels incoming to pit.
Clear.
In fact, if I remember correctly, the last time somebody did that, his name was Matt Kenseth.
But now I'm driving it off the right front instead of the right rear.
While Chris Chavez Essery is towed to his pit box, well, never mind, I was about to say he's still in his car, but oh, that is heartbreaking. And still, no takers for the top, 2 to go to pit road, and then Philip Chavez in 4th. And we still have this group of cars, 12th, all in a single file lane. Not really looking too dicey right now.
Derek was right. The diamond is in place.
In fact, I know exactly what's happening at this point, and especially at this point. The very key thing here is that, well, the stage ends at lap 100.
We saw that in qualifying.
Or rather, does Travis Start and William Duff, do they think they can still score some solid points here? That's what they're trying to do. But the longer you stay out, the longer it's going to really...
But not a full diamond to where you're going to the third or fourth lane up in the corners. It's basically just the second lane back on down again.
Has gone to pit road.
Yeah, just I'm keeping the weight on the right front.
He's saying, you know what, I have a chance here, and we'll see. Especially with Jonathan Burke being 2 laps down.
Instead of letting it shift to the rear.
For any particular reason, he has not had any issues on pit road. In fact, Larry Griffin's back in pit road again. Actually, not even back in pit road. For the first time, he's in pit road. 75 laps. And there goes Travis Start. No, the same thing that happened to Chris Chavez happens to Travis Start. Oh my goodness. I genuinely can't believe that. The engine isn't smoking. Travis Start's gotten by a little bit more luckily than Chris Chavez, but oh my goodness. Well, William, if you're going to pit road, slow down a lot more than you think you have to and turn left harder than you think you have to. No lead this lap across the start finish. We'll do a rundown of where everybody is here in a few moments. I'm going to wait to see where William Duff goes. In fact, we're trying to defend against Brian Can. Props, honestly.
All right, now you got 1.3 back to Sarton.
William Duff off turn number 2.
Yeah, Duff held me up for like
that 3+ lead that you had was actually really, really nice.
In P3. By the way, that 9th through 12th has now become 5th through 8th. This time it's Tony Brennan who snuck his way by. Actually, hold on. So it's full. I have like 5 cars in the line here. It does William Duff go to pit road this time by? Still no. He's switching back and forth across the track here a couple times, that's for sure. A little bit of contact made, nearly 3 wide. As these 4 cars battle for 4th place off turn number 2. Duff has not gone to pit road just yet. We'll let you know when he does.
Yeah, Derek, I would agree. About 114 is about what to look for next, unless a little bit of insurance is needed.
He is ahead of these guys. He is still not hit yet. So yeah, everybody all on the line here. Tony Brent leads this group from Hunter Karsten in the 13, then Zachary Lovelace in the 33, the 84 of Corey Miller in the 7th, and then Ryan Lynch in 8th. Does William Duff go to pit road? Still no. He's rushing back and forth a couple of times. I wouldn't be surprised if
Sarton did what I originally thought about doing.
Honestly,
just getting a difference in tires between me and him where
getting 10th.
He's at the little bit better advantage.
At 1 point, well, it's better than nothing. In fact, Corey Mower gets passed by Ryan Lynch for 7th place.
Hopefully we even out before he catches me, though. That's what I'm hoping.
Corey Mower,
you came down on 58, he came down on 61.
This battle is not over. But thinking otherwise is Ryan Lynch with the extra speed. And now that leaves Tony Brent and Hunter Karsten in 4th and 5th. Zachary Lovelace in almost no man's land in P6, although I'd be happy about that. He's between the 2 groups right now. William Duff still has not gone to pit road yet, but Cameron smoking.
Oh, hell yeah. That was 13%.
Brian McCann for the 2nd time. Well, not technically. I'll give it a couple more laps. But Sarton is about 0.2 of a second faster.
Sarton's got this track figured out.
Halfway through this race. Dean Watson Racing sets 170 here at Belgium.
He's been the faster car before and you held him off. I remember Michigan last season.
No, okay, thank goodness. If that happened 3 times in a row, I would have been sad. that would have been just utter disappointment and heartbreak. So Duff has gone to pit road on lap 6. The lead, however, is not over. The battle for the lead, however, is not over just yet. In fact, we have 2 different battles here. Now they're coming to what is the 3rd place. The aforementioned Net P3 is now on track. P3, Hunter Karsten, looking to get into the top 3 once again. First time since I want to say Daytona.
All right, Brian, he's going up to the high side to try to get that big runoff. Last time it took him 2 times, but he's got company underneath, so he's not going to be able to do it just yet.
Oh, boy. I think I know exactly what happened to the whole stuff. I mean, run this back one more time. I want to see something. Put a hand
on down low.
This is the whole lap before.
Stay high this time. Stay high.
So we will come back to this moment of hope, I think.
There you go.
No time gap. We should be.
Get the line from him.
In fact,
you're clear.
Come back real quick because the battle for the lead.
Too loose. I can't get down there.
Heated up once again. Sargent has made his way to the inside.
Down low.
Again.
Left rear.
Time goes up. Not able to stick to the inside off turn number 4, however, but that's not going to
back low.
Front trying once again.
There you go. He's not able to get it to the throttle.
Of the left front fender.
A little bit of a wiggle, back still inside.
My guess is that William
door to door
speeding penalty. I wanted to look and see if that was the case. He's
still there.
50.
Even Steven coming off the corner.
Also repairing some extra damage. But regardless, side by side, into turns 1 and 2 again. Lap number 91. 91.5.
Still inside. You got a little loose coming off. You're back door to door again.
Prime position for Cameron Sargent as well, especially with the end of the stage approaching.
Overdrove entry.
Very rapid rate. That is at the rate at which these two are
You're okay.
by right now as they drag race across the start-finish line. So close, I think it broke the timing for a second. I think it said there was 23 seconds between the two.
Now just take the air off of his spoiler the whole race.
Now it's about 10th between these two.
If I can keep up with him.
Sargent has gotten out in front. Ryan McCann, interestingly enough,
there you go.
Try and go.
Stick with him.
Going into turn number 3. Griff McCann is going to try and outrace him here. 3 laps is the difference between these two in terms of when they last pit. 34 laps ago was Brian McCann, 31 laps ago with Cameron Sargent. I was a little bit wary and I didn't think it would work, but look at this now. Sargent is out in front.
As you see him wash up just a little bit, try to keep it low so you have a little bit of fresh air on the nose.
And oh, by the way, the battle for the 3rd place is heating up once again as well. Karsten, lurking in the mirrors of Tony Brent, championship leader coming into this race. Take a look at the full screen graphic now. It'll take into account the real-time positions.
I'm not going to be able to keep up with him.
At 105 points. It's a few points ahead of a couple of drivers. Number 95 as we go to the back straightaway. Do we have time? I think. We'll just see what could have happened here.
You got 15 seconds back to P3. So you and him are just walking away.
We can see what happened to the pit lane. Let's see if it's a that had a speed penalty or not. Regardless, lap number 97. Despite the fact that he has gotten past, is not going down without a fight. 5 thousandths of a second advantage going to Cameron Sargent last time by the start-finish line. 26.225 for Sargent and 26.230 for Brian McCann. McCann is still within 0.3 of a second. At number 98, 3 laps to go before the stage completes. points will be going into the top 10 drivers.
He stayed high at this end of the track last time. He's going low this time.
Adjust as well with the stage points. Without the stage points, these are as the points currently stand. Tony Brent still the championship leader over.
I don't think so.
Now that McCann is
So we're going to find out.
first place. Usual points for race ending.
It'd be nice if there was, though.
40 points for first place, and then 35 points for second. There'd be 4 points for third place, and -1 point from then on down to the lower positions.
What's the track temp?
Final lap of the stage. Completion of lap.
Track temp's 134. Gone up almost 10 degrees from practice.
He does have what it takes.
No wonder it's tough to drive. Holy crap.
Well, first of all, to catch up to Brian McCann and then get ahead of Brian McCann. Stage win and an extra 10 points goes to Cameron Sarton here at
Extra 10 points.
points for Brian McCann.
Oh, okay. It goes 10, not 8.
Then we have this mess for third place. Tony Brent is actually fine. He's relatively safe. However, everybody else, not really. Actually, in fact, Cameron Sarton, or Hunter Karsten, I'm never getting that correct. Hunter Karsten might be safe. Tony Brent third. Hunter Karsten fourth. Fifth is Lovelace. Sixth, Lynch. Seventh, Muller. And Burt, Chavez, Rhodes, and Griffin might have that counted. They are a few laps down, but they are all safe for the moment. But I will wait until see otherwise from race control for seeing the points having handed out to the top 10. Mower and Lynch has swapped position, so I'm just going to screenshot that before I forget.
Now 17 back to P3. Leader's last lap was a 26, yours was a 28, so you're still running times right there with him.
Lynch has gone to pit road. 34 laps complete on the stint, 45.
No, Derek, I'm feeling worse.
Crosses the start finish line.
And I'd be willing to bet he is too. Even though he's outrunning me right now, so maybe not as bad.
Actually, P1 through P10 have stage points awarded. However, I'm very sure that those stage points would not swap for Mower and Lynch because they crossed the line in the competitions for most did. So at that point, I believe the positions would have been frozen.
Ooh, I kind of like that line.
Scenario. It's the extra few laps because a couple of drivers were 2 laps down. So it took a little bit. Now, you have to see where everyone gets filed out here with the stage. That's note that Mower and Lynch are positions that should be swapped.
That's the line he ran to pass you.
Cameron Sarton leads the way currently here around Dover Motor Speedway. But while we not only get the points updated, let's take a look.
I feel like my right rear is like
break. You won't miss any
25 right now.
So the timing tower on your left-hand side of the screen. Also see Iverson as well. So you won't miss any of the action. We'll be back momentarily here. We'll be back here in a few moments at Dover. Is once things decide to cooperate. Which apparently, as we found today, they decided to not cooperate. Yeah, we decided to not cooperate. Yep, we'll be back momentarily. You won't miss any of the action. You'll see where all your favorite drivers are on the left-hand side of your screen.
Pete, can you take off my spotter so I can hear the tire call out?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
There you go.
The leader just did a 26.176.
So I hate for it to go completely out.
With the Buck Digger Gamer 2.
Brian, if you've got anything in the tank, you may want to try to do something here over the next few laps, because right now he's got 2.5 or just about 2.5 seconds up on you. You're getting very, very close to the gap that you had him on coming off of pit road last time.
Ain't nothing I can do right now.
Okay.
I have like next to no right rear tire.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in
S7R4.
the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side.
Still down low, left rear,
All
clear.
All clear.
Welcome back.
What a drift. That was a drift.
And Racing series of Full Send Racing Association here at the Dover Motor Speedway.
Way to hold on.
Still taking
All night long.
Now under 60 laps to go as we take a look high above at the Monster.
I don't think I've ever been in this car when it's this loose.
Haven't had a very specific flag pop up on our timing tab.
This is crazy.
The reason why I'm being so vague about it is because of
Well, you said they kind of modeled it after the Cup car, and the Cup car, the last time the set came out was really loose. So
here in
there you go.
Tony Brett's in third place, and oh, by the way, he's got Hunter Karsten with a few lap cars in between himself.
6 billion.
And between Tony Brett, and between himself and Tony Brett, and Tony Brett said, you know what, I'm taking advantage of this. I am going to pit road. Now we have seen two drivers go quite literally into the pit wall. Lovelace goes to pit road, so does Corey Mower. So Brent, Lovelace, and Mower all into pit road.
Oh, yeah.
That
Next lap.
The entire idea that I had of going through the entire field and catching you up on what exactly is going on and happened.
Thank you, Derek.
We go from the bottom of the time tower to the top. Jonathan Dart has retired, not due to damage, but
See if I can't get a little better entry.
that is my idea. So sure, Michael Thorpe had a run-in with the outside wall, quite literally, after sliding off turn number 2. He was sliding through turn number 2. He slid all the way here on the back straightaway, tried to get it going, and then the tires were too hot. He bobbled here-ish, and then just oversteered into the outside wall when he tried to touch the car. And that is pretty much day done.
I'm going to get... I think we're at 17 this time. No?
Literal run-in with the pit barrels on entry, and Travis Stark did the exact same thing. Just a few.
No, let's go with.
Later.
I'm going to go with 12.
So both of those drivers are either out in the cars. Technically, still in the car is Michael Thorpe Jr., but probably just watching.
22. I was way off.
Does not suffer the same fate, luckily, as the second gap. That's exactly why. So Brian McCann is currently in pit road, and Cameron Sarton has the luxury of saying, "Oh, he's
come on,
cool. I'll just go.
No pressure.
Lap." So this is going to be very intriguing to see where these two will place. Philip Chavez is net third place right now.
Yeah, clear up.
Everybody else is a lap down. McCann is down and away. Cameron Sarton just gets into his pit box. We'll see how things go. Brian Johnson had a run-in with the inside wall off turn number 4 a little bit ago. In fact, one of the first incidents of the night, but not enough to cause a caution. So there goes Cameron Sarton.
I'm going to drive it completely wildly different this time.
There he is. And in comparison with Cameron Sarton, They'll just get out of pit road. Way better luck than the last few pit stops. That is the gap right there between Sarton and McCann. I think with that pit strategy, it is pretty much sealed, maybe, for now, for Brian McCann.
Hey, Brandon, how's it going?
Actually, Brian Johnson had a run-in with
I saw you driving a real car.
He was missing, so his team has gotten him a new front bumper, fixed all the steering damage possible. You're staying in pit road for probably a total of 10 minutes, I believe.
Oh, hit the wall.
And William Duff also, I believe, had a run-in with the pit barrels as well, so he was 11 laps down, sitting in P12. Duff and Brett didn't have an issue.
Nice. How'd you do in it?
Same goes for Mower, Griffin, and Claude. Who
I just saw the picture. I didn't see anything else.
Just by happenstance. But we'll keep going from the bottom of the time tower to the top bumper, Preston. That's a bit quiet day, if you ask me. Not too bad. And of course, Carson started in the 8th place position. Currently sits in 7th, and I would say not too bad at all things considered. Lovelace on paper, not the most impressive day, but he is surviving, which in my case, that's all that would matter, especially here at Dover. Started 6th, currently sitting in 5th. Tony Brent having a little bit better role.
Nice, Brandon.
In the
Yeah, Derek, I got 2 sets in the pit right now.
starting in the 7th place position. Ryan Lynch having a pretty good day of his own as well. Started 9th, and the pace has just come to him throughout the flow of this race. He sits in 4th place after starting from 9th. Bill Chavez currently sits 3rd after starting 15th. However, we might expect Chavez to pit here in a few laps. I was about to say that might depend, but well, he's gonna pit now, actually. That side scraped up a little bit. Very careful on pit entry, which is always a good sign, especially since those pit barrels are out to get everybody today. And of course, we come to your top 2 once again. Brian McCann started 1st, currently sits in 2nd, as well almost, well, I believe actually, good majority of the laps here tonight. Somehow we don't have that information currently available. We'll get that after the race, but Cameron Sarton started 4th, and he has just been flying since then. I was wondering last week if it would be possible for anyone to, that we should have enough time to be able to bring it up on screen here for you. We'll take this out real quick and go to the scenic view as we bring up your schedule of what has happened so far this season. Daytona, Andrew Medlin.
Pete, I think we didn't take fuel.
That's why he hasn't been here all of these races, but good way to kick off the season nonetheless. Brian McCann won in dominant fashion.
How's that possible?
Repeated the same race at Mobility Resort Motegi and was about to do the same until Cameron Sarton showed up. So last week I thought, well, maybe we'll get like an ABC theme. We had the possibility, and that didn't happen. But we have an ABB.
How close are we?
Possibility. Not sure if that means anything, but it could be worse. Currently, these are your championship standings as things currently stand. Let's see. Yes, plus 34 points.
Are we within 2 laps? Is that what I'm saying? 4, 5, 6
points, by the way.
You're right on the number 42, 41 in the tank.
Lost possession.
Yeah.
Not sure why I started it. Wait.
All right, we'll slow down here. We'll probably be all right.
Because I'm not sure why Sarton will be minus 4 positions, but up in 3rd place. That just doesn't make sense. So that might be the reverse of what it should be. And we'll take a look at that after the race because I'm a little bit confused. Actually, yeah, it's the reverse icons because John Dart is minus 4 positions, but he has 48 points plus 20.
Yeah, we'll slow down a whole bunch. We should be good.
Eventually.
You have 40 to go and 39 and a half in the tank.
Tony Brent currently under fire from
Pete was just trying to give me all the speed he can give me.
Now as we cross into lap number 129.
Looking out for me.
No, if I was going to do that, would have removed the windshield tear off too.
Ryan Lynch also has the same issue. He has a Hunter Karsten to the inside and immediately around. That is the difference of, give or take, 14 laps of a pit strategy difference. The disadvantage going to Ryan Lynch, 28 laps since his last pit stop. Hunter Karsten 14 laps since his last pit stop. Zachary Lovelace and Tony Brent, however, are on the same strategy.
Hold on with Brian.
That should want to change that here, change the full screen graphic pretty easily. Just a small edit. That is, if the edit wants to apply and actually work properly. But as we take a look at this battle, in fact, let's ride on board and listen to the sights and sounds of Dover Motor Speedway from in-car Zachary Lovelace.
A little bit of scrapage on the right front, but it's still in form.
Oh, I had a buff out.
Oh, absolutely.
As long as it still says 8 down the side of it.
Yep. Outside. Clear.
Full season.
Only the top 5 are left on the lead lap, and it's 23 seconds back to P3.
Yeah, I was planning on running the full season, unless the car count drops off significantly.
Outside is 27. Clear up.
Right on board, just listening to the sounds of Zachary Lovelace and his star application. Let's take a look back
Tim.
You see Cameron Sarton about to put Hunter Karsten one down.
Yeah.
You and Cameron Sarton is staying about even.
The fuel saving keeps getting better and better as we go.
When we run this line, do the things that he wants to do. Maybe try a couple of different things to catch up to Tony Brown once again after catching him, but tires may go.
Yeah, you got 31.4 in the tank, and you're coming to lap 139.
No,
I'm just killing this right front.
Not as if it's not
on purpose.
But we'll ignore that part, I think.
Trying to save that right rear as much as I can.
So there's things going smoothly here for a lot of these drivers, give or take, depending on who you are, I would say. Go partially smoothly. By the way, we'll take a look at the. In fact, let's take a look here. We'll do this in time as well, depending on.
You're a half lap short. You got to save a little bit.
I'm not going to be able to catch Sarton.
So we'll go with the live graphic here for a moment. And see, there we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. This Lovelace gets passed and put a lap down by Cameron Sarton. In very unprecedented territories. Even Atlanta wasn't like this.
Okay, so we do use quite a bit of engine brake.
It's a mile and a half, not a mile, but track is quite treacherous at the end of the day. Tony Brent, if things were to finish as they are, would still come out on top as the championship leader. Consistency does matter, and that definitely shows. With Tony Brent still being first place in the championship standings, despite running third on track.
Used a little bit too much right front.
A little bit of behind the scenes peek behind the curtain. The fact that
I'm just all over the place.
Currently, turns out The plus and minus is swapped with the full screen graphics, so
You're okay.
around for the end of the race, and then we will be able to very properly get you the information. And
See, regardless, with the lead that you and Sarton have, it's still going to be a great points night.
is 5 tenths ahead of him. He is right there, but he's got the 8 of McCann barreling down behind him.
You just got to be able to cross the start stripe
A little bit worried if I was on
or finish line.
I looked in my mirror and I saw this car sitting behind me, barreling down, coasting surprisingly. For the first time this race, this is the first time that we will put McCann first. He's trying to make sure it gets to the end, or if he's trying to prepare for any overtime. You can pretty much checker situations more accurately.
Just us two in the lead lap. Oh my goodness.
Depends on how the rest of this race goes.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my.
In a class of your own. Right front. Outside.
So Sarton really does have this thing figured out, don't he?
Well, this is actually double.
Clear up.
We get to see Hunter Carson. Well, maybe not. All right. I was about to say we get to see Hunter Carson chase down Zachary Lovelace for the 4th place position, but the 8 of McCann has other ideas. And make his way by Hunter Carson, but luckily for Hunter Carson, McCann's going to be making his way right by Zachary Lovelace here as well, and Carson is going to just be barreling down.
You are clear.
As much as he can, because McCann is once again at another connect.
Yeah, as long as I don't wreck here, we should be all right. Everybody else is a lap down.
Out so far, and this is what Carson.
Am I about to pass third up here somewhere?
Especially for the 4th.
That's Tony Brent, 1.7 in front of me. So there's third place.
To get consistent top 10 finishes.
I could just coast the whole lap.
The top 5 finish through his stats. Especially it would be nice to add 1 extra point as well, just for fun. Would help him out in the grand scheme of things. Get everything loaded back up for you once again, so I don't miss any important information here. So we very quickly approach the 30 laps to go portion of this race. Now the battle that is about to occur is for 6th place between Ryan Lynch and Corey Miller.
Clear up. Gave you plenty of room.
Oh man, both Lovelace and Karsten hitting the outside wall. Karsten hitting it again. Not exactly what he wants when he's chasing down another extra point. Fives, please work properly. Hey, there we go.
You are good on fuel, so you got 21 and a half in the tank now, and you've got 20 to go.
He's got 30 laps to do so. Now 20 laps to do so. Never mind, I can't read today. Thinking way too many different laps here. So that is my apologies. Very interestingly, Lovelace, where is Lovelace in the... Okay, so if Carson were to... Oh, wow. This is going to be something we're going to keep an eye on here, actually. If Carson were to pass Lovelace, see them 4th and 5th in the championship standings, as well as 4th and 5th on track. Carson were to pass Lovelace.
You're right on the button now, 18 in the tank.
36 points. That will absolutely...
Yeah, I think we're good. I don't know why it's showing like I need a gallon and a half.
12, but for now,
It is a little
don't have to
confusing.
worry about that too much. We don't have to worry about that until, well, we might worry about that.
I mean, not a gallon and a half.
Griffin unintentionally
Half a gallon.
Zachary Lovelace, and Larry Griffin is going to say...
Is that half a gallon? That's 2 laps.
You're burning a
Or is
lot
it-
of
or is
fuel
it-
somehow.
Or is that saying that I'm half a lap short?
Especially
Oh, there, it just flipped over.
drivers into the outside wall.
So now it's saying I got enough.
Lovelace, but this is going to be helping Karsten. Granted, this is for only first place position and for only
We'll make it either way.
but this is something that matters.
I'll just wreck third place in front of us and we'll make it then.
You're fluctuating.
No one's ever hits the outside by that time off turn number 4 with 16 laps to go. Remember what I said about something unprecedented? Well, we're seeing it now. Everybody but the top 2 is laps down.
There you go.
I have a sneaking suspicion it might stay that way depending on how things go. Lovelace just stays off the outside wall. Karsten not so much. Griffin gives him room. I believe Griffin might be free to race Lovelace, so I can see the exhaust backfire as well. That was a Griffin letting off the throttle. If I were Griffin, I'd kind of back out here because it's not exactly worth hindering either of these two drivers right now. Especially with nearly meeting the outside wall at the corner exit. There, Hunter Carson would be saying, move, please, move.
I got no tire.
14 laps to go. Actually, correction, it would be 13 laps to go for these guys. They are 1 lap down. Carson just can't quite get there. The difference between these two on tires is 1 lap, basically. And in fact, the average pace between these two, right off until the completion of the lap. This is something Carson wants to see, though, on corner exit of turn number 2. Tire fall off is quite massive. Let's say an average pace loss of about 2.5 seconds according to ATVO. Specifically for Lovelace, it's about the same between both Lovelace and Karsten. 3.2 seconds is the average pace loss. There's an emphasis on average pace loss.
Outside.
Clear up.
You're clear high.
Karsten
Clear
is
high.
trying to
He
figure
just
out
gave it to me.
what he's going to do here. Because Griffin is...
Somebody's in the wall.
It's been 26 laps since Griffin has last pit. And he's sitting directly in between Lovelace and Karsten. And by the way, shout out to... shout out to Larry Griffin because he did get that 1 point in the completion of the stage. 1 point really delayed.
Yes, he did.
Oh, wait a minute. That's somebody in the inside wall.
He pitted laps.
That's
What?
Brian Johnson again. Off turn number 4. He has not had the best luck. That's the second time this race that Johnson has went into the inside wall. What exactly happened to slow off pace? Trying to arc the corner, and he did the same thing that Thorpe did. The tire. Wait. Hold on. If we run this back through turns.
Caution came out right now. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Did he slide off?
Just be me and Cameron.
No, he did not. Although, wow, it just started sliding, trying to catch it. Tires were overheated, and
I could probably outrun Cameron on the short run. It's the long run he kicks my ass at.
Yes, it would.
I absolutely
Yep.
can't believe that.
Oh yeah, so three cars on the lead lap. We have caution come out.
You won't be losing any positions if you were to power right now.
6.3.
I wouldn't mind a caution right now.
Yeah.
Sitting in pit.
It's pretty good on the long run, absolutely.
Box, getting tires. Alright, just gonna try and we'll see what he does. In the meantime, Carson and
Is that a hot
Yeah,
dog
right now
wrapper
it
right
would
there?
be Brant in the 28.
have separated themselves from Larry Griffin. Carson going to be
I think the fans are throwing soda cans on the track.
now that he's gotten motivation. See that 33 machine directly in front of him. He's going to be chasing it down. Riding on the back bumper.
You have about 5
Exactly,
laps to go
Lovelace. 6 laps to go at the start finish line. Well, by the way, the leaders.
Nah, I don't see Jeff Gordon.
They're just at the start finish line. No, they're on the back
5 to
straightaway.
go at the line.
So leaders are
We're in a
on
podium
from
position.
shooting for now. Sargent's about to cross the start finish line right now. That gives you a little bit of an idea of where these two are in relation to Hunter or to Cameron Sarton. And somehow I'm confusing Cameron Sarton and Hunter Karsten. I don't get why. One thing that Cameron Sarton isn't going to be confusing is the gap that he has between himself and Brian McCann, 3.6 seconds.
Oh, I hit the apron.
Hunter Karsten isn't going to be confusing, is seeing that number 33 directly in front of him. Keep an eye on this until we get the white flag. With 4 laps to go, running a little bit lower through turns 1 and 2 is Karsten. See how much lower in the gap physically between these two. Both of them get loose off turn 4.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left. All right, man. Here we
As
go.
they have been pretty much ever since, pretty much, I would say ever since the race started, ever since the last flurry of pit stops. This is something that will be mattering here. It's something that we'll keep a very close eye on, especially if this gap continues to close, like right here. Karsten right on the back bumper, not close enough to make a move, however.
All right, man. It's white flag this time by. 1 more to go. The leader just did a 26.3.
As the leader comes around to take the white flag, we'll keep an eye on this battle. It should be 1 lap to go now at the start-finish line. And it is.
Good work, Cam.
Karsten will make his way on the back straightaway. Lovelace will be defending as much as he can. But
Well, there you go, Brian. Led a bunch of laps, and you come home P2.
off turn number 4.
Run
Good
out
job,
of
sir.
gas at exactly the right moment, too.
Sargent appropriately the number 1 machine in victory.
Thank you.
Here
There you go,
at
man.
Dover.
Good job,
Through
driver.
turns 3 and 4 they go.
Yeah,
and it will be Lovelace coming
You called the fuel perfect.
Hunter Karsten for 4th place.
Oh, good. I just didn't.
And what a run it was.
Oh, now we got to go explain ourselves on the broadcast.
Between himself and Brian McCann, and then 1 lap between those
Good
two
one,
and
Cam.
the
Good
rest
race
of
for
the
everybody.
field.
Right to that
Actually, I don't have
Keep that
I don't
green
have
all
an
the way.
excuse this
Never
time.
thought I would have seen caution free.
I mean, take enough fuel next time, Derek. Jeez.
And rightfully,
Yeah, let's look at the
that
tires.
is going to be Cameron Sarton.
I
What
did have a little bit of right front
run.
damage. Look at that, 52,
I was
52.
gonna say if
Burning
he has
men
enough
perfect.
fuel to burn it down, and he definitely does. That's
So that
for sure.
how I was driving on that last stint was
And he crushed
a lot
it.
better.
Bumper. Well, still a fantastic job nonetheless by Cameron Sarton. Nearly said Hunter Karsten. Why do both of them have to have the similar syllables? There he goes.
he knew everything about that track I
The
did.
finishing results on your screen. As a couple things apparently need to be adjusted in the.
We made it. We had just enough.
We'll get to that a little bit later, post-race especially. But regardless, Cameron Sarton finishes in 1st place. Brian McCann 2nd. 3rd place is Tony Brent. Lovelace successfully held off Hunter Karsten for that 4th place position. You wouldn't think it.
Gotta try something when he had the deficit beat between the 1st and 2nd full tank run.
7th. Phil Chavez finishes in 8th. Jonathan Burt 9th place, and then 10th place is Jared Claude.
That's crazy. I don't know. I don't understand what he was doing to do that.
We
He was taking a whole different line than I was.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Have a good night, Derek. Thank you for sticking around.
Old-fashioned scroll. There we go.
Thank you,
Larry
Repeat,
Griffin
for
finished in
spot.
11th place. 12th place was Brian Johnson. 13th place, Travis Dart. 14th place, Chris Travis Ezra. Michael Thorpe Jr. 16th, 17th is
You are welcome, sir. I will see you tomorrow.
Johnson. I think William Duff.
All right, have a good night. Later.
He was sitting in pit road. William Duff, Travis Stark, Chris Travis, as we all had a literal run-in with
Have a good
the
night,
pit
sir.
barrels. Michael Thorpe had a run-in with the outside wall, and Jonathan Dart retiring due to unknown reasons. I would assume real-life reasons, but we don't technically need to know that. However, something that we do know is...
Oh, wait, that race did have a
are the drivers that we will be interviewing here.
I lost the payout on that.
But we'll see if
I lost money.
Some
No.
of them in live now, but in a little bit. Tony Brent, Brian McCann, Cameron Sarton going to be the top 3 drivers that we will be interviewing here this afternoon.
Good run, Brian. You guys are in a class of your own.
Let's see if I can get some.
Yeah, that was a tough car to drive.
Anything here? Well,
I'm wore out. I'm hot.
To make themselves available.
I could have used a caution just for a break.
Yeah, and I think everybody was hoping for one at some point.
Bring in some B-roll, the beautiful Dover Motor Speedway as we...
I'm having a hard time with some of these custom sets. I'm not a great driver off the right rear. Like, that's something I got to learn. And I mean, these cars like that anyways, but
second caution,
like last week, I destroyed my right front.
Season as well. That
I just like the security of it.
Especially here at Dover, and even more so, especially with...
Yeah, this one caught me off guard. The first time I pitted, I had 13 on the right rear.
If that's...
I think the first time I pitted, I was 34 and 33.
Incidents had happened throughout this event, and yet somehow, some way,
pulled up into the
we
booth.
managed to come out unscathed at the end of the day. So we'll start off with the third place finisher of Tony Brent. Tony, congratulations on finishing in third place. Usually I would end with that, but I guess I'm going in reverse order today with everything. But luckily, I believe you will still hold the championship standings, or championship lead.
Cameron Sarton ain't going to come in here and give an interview.
4 points, I believe, over Brian McCann. So
There
it's still
he is in Discord.
Very good race for you.
Yeah, I'll take it. It was a grind out there. I wasn't expecting it to go caution free, and Dover's a tough one with that setup, kind of up on the wheel the entire time. So that was pretty fun. Glad to come away with the third. Yeah, McCann's right there behind me.
Good run, Cameron.
Missing a race. He's pretty darn good, and he and
thank you.
A league of their own. So to come away with a third, and
there's really no one else on track besides you and I.
Especially since
you had that thing figured out
at the start as well.
It's probably my
trying to swear everything out a little bit on the back foot in a
best or second best track. It's like no matter what you run on, it's just like
the one thing that
feels natural.
The racing lines, because
and that's Dover for me. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing differently. Can't tell you. That's just it's just
about the middle
natural feeling.
The later the race,
I know that feeling, but I don't have it at this track.
And in some cases, more preferred for some drivers, and it helped out for some drivers to stick out for some battles. So, any lane exploring for your race?
Yeah, I was mad the last 2 weeks. I was like, oh, we would have had a damn good race the last 2 weeks. I knew what I was doing.
Trying to stay disciplined and not get back to the gas too early. I have a tendency to burn up the right front a little bit, and I knew
you came back and proved yourself. So
my race,
there you are.
So I was trying to stay pretty disciplined. It's
amazing what happens when you don't get a pit road speed penalty.
Kind of just
really helps.
Tugging that bottom, and
yeah, you had that. And what was the other race? Did you get wrecked? Another one?
Really start strong.
Well, Atlanta, I got the pole, and then my internet just went out for like a whopping 5 seconds. That was it.
A little bit, and
oh, that's right, right at the start of the race.
Yeah, and I was like, surely there's going to be a caution.
You get a good run. Sometimes you get a good launch on the back.
Nothing. And then I came to green flag, and I was like, all right, I'm working my way. Like I could probably squeeze out top 5.
Every single corner.
And then I got a speeding penalty. I was like, all right.
Equally turn 4 as much as it was turn 2 for corner exit. So treacherous is this track, and somehow everyone did the impossible, and that is not even have a caution, which is still mind-blowing to me. But I think that's even going to be the case for next week because it is a road course. So
we got a road course.
Be, quite telling. Before we go ahead and let you go, one more question is, Road, no, not Road America. Why was I going with Road America? Red Bull Ring next week.
Oh, Red Bull. I have zero experience on it. I got to buy that track.
A track that's normally Formula One open wheel for the most part, and we have decided to just take these cars to that and just say, well, how about this? So the borderline fastest track on the F1 schedule as well. So your thoughts going into the Red Bull Ring for next week?
I just looked. I have to buy it, so that'll tell you I've never had a lap at it. So gonna be.
I bet we're gonna have a low turnout on that track too.
The best road racer, but
us oval drivers, we don't own tracks like that.
I'm sure there's gonna be some instances where guys go off track or get some damage. So probably just looking for another methodical run and get out of there and get on to tracks like Michigan and that I'm a little bit better at. So probably not circled on my list as far as tracks that I think I'll have a good chance at.
Oh, you never know.
So it's Red Bull, Michigan, Iowa.
Always go well, but of course that's
Charlotte, Nashville.
Practice is for. So before we go ahead and let you go celebrate your third place finish, go ahead and give any shout outs that you would like.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to David and Brian running over here as G4 Sim Sports. So hanging out with them was a great time throughout the season so far and tonight in our race channel. And then shout out to the guys at Texas Speed. We still work closely with them, just running under G-Force for the FSRA season. So shout out to those guys as well. And yeah, it's fun group out here. Fun when you can go green all the way and puts it in the driver's hands. So that was a great time. And just a big thank you to Travis and Steve for the work that they put into it.
And of course,
thank you to you as well.
I was going to say, thanks to you for your time. Beat me to it. But congratulations on your third place finish nonetheless. We have to talk to you
good win, Cameron.
Next week.
All right.
Thank you.
Hope you guys run
is mind-blowing to me. Another thing that is mind-blowing to me is now our second place finisher, who I never thought I would say, and if it helps you any, Brian, I almost dragged in Cameron because I was looking back to last week, but Brian McCann, the shock second place finisher, dethroned effectively in terms of having the lead lap streak of however many laps. I would have to actually go back and count. And that would be a while, and still be broken up by pit stops anyway. But a 2 race wins in a row, though, and still second place. So I would say on paper, still a pretty good race for you.
Yeah, we had fun. One of my least favorite tracks. So Cameron came out here strong. I don't know how he was doing it. He's fast at this track. We were talking right before you pulled me in, and this is one of his favorite tracks. So big shout out, congrats to him for taking something like a 5-second lead on me on the end there. So, yeah, it was hard to drive. First time I pitted, I came in and I felt like the right rear was about to blow, and sure enough, it came in. It was like 13%. So I had to change my driving style a little bit, try to save that right rear, but it was a struggle all night.
Not only trying to save the right rear, but saving the car as well, because a common thing that I've noticed is that turn everywhere, technically, is quite treacherous around here, and a few drivers had quite literal run-ins with the paper rails, a la Matt Kenseth, I think at the same track too, 2006, I want to say. It's been a while since I've seen that, so I don't entirely remember, but even still, now that everyone has somehow escaped the Monster Mile caution-free, where technically no cars were claimed by Miles the Monster, more the safer barrier and the pit barrels as well, which is probably the better scenario. Moving into the Red Bull Ring for next week, what are your thoughts?
I don't even know what that track looks like, and I haven't bought it yet. So,
oh my god,
I mean, there's going to be a little experiment for us on that one. I tend to do pretty decent road racing in these cars, so we'll just have to figure it out. And I think I just lost my internet.
Yeah, that has been a thing for Brian throughout. We did hear at least the end of that sentence, if Brian's still with us, so I will very subtly fill for time, wink, wink. But still a very good race at the end of the day. Still very comforting, I would say, for Brian McCann to still come away with a top 3 finish, well, top 2, more specifically, especially after 2 weeks in a row finishing in first place. And I remember very vividly, I think it was last week, it might have been the week before at Atlanta, but I do very vividly remember that. No, it was last week, I think, because it was 50 points for Brian's race win, plus the first place in the stage, and then last week it was 49 points, so I believe this week it might be 48 points. If my math is correct, I could be actually no, it might be less than that, but that's why the point standings for. But regardless, still, what were your methods with you mentioned, I believe, the tire being at 13%. Any line searching throughout your race aside from trying to fend off Cameron Sarton by running the middle groove?
Yeah, I tried to lean on the right front a little bit more, just to try to save the right rear, but then I started wearing the right front out a little bit too much. So it was just this track it just chews the tires up, and I've always been a little on the rough side on the tires, so not a good combo. But hopefully we'll get past this week, and we got some good tracks on the schedule. Michigan, Iowa, Darlington, Charlotte. Those are 4 of my favorite tracks, so it's looking good ahead.
Charlotte's your favorite track. I would be a bit terrified considering how you went at Atlanta. I'd be very terrified to see how you do at Charlotte, considering it's pretty much the Atlanta 2008 specifically, that being the quad oval layout. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on for sure. But before we go ahead and let you go celebrate your second place finish, go ahead and give any shout outs that you'd like.
Yeah, my family, you for doing a broadcast, league admins for putting the show on, race control for watching over us, fans for watching. Hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I'll repeat. My spotter, can't forget him. Amazing job. Thank you.
And we thank you for your time as well. We hope to talk to you again next week.
Repeat, I almost forgot you again. Whew, I caught myself, though. Oh, let's see. No caution, so ain't nothing to go back and look at.
I'm still in that habit, and you know what? I'm going to drag in.
We'll go ahead and cut it off there. Y'all having a good one.
Again. I am still thrown off by this, if that says anything. But Cameron Sarton, the race winner.
Actually,
at
hold
Dover,
on. Let's see what he's got to say.
I had noticed this last week at Motegi as well, after the pit stops, where you started to slowly close the gap between yourself and McCann.
We'll just stick around and see what he says. If I remember correctly,
there weren't necessarily enough laps left, but this race, oh my goodness, you just put a thrashing on everybody and put pretty much all but both of you a lap down, which is something I never thought I would see, while also simultaneously going caution-free. I mean, any words for that whatsoever?
Yeah, it was quite the race. Dover is one of the tracks that just kind of is a natural fit for me. I like to drive off the right rear, and if you can do that here, it's a big benefit. So I knew I have had the speed the last 2 weeks, but I've had 2 speeding penalties, an internet issue, and finally put a race together where I could kind of show what I got. So and that was the outcome. So it was nice, pretty much stress-free the entire time, and luckily it went green. I was praying that there was no caution that was to come out, because there's guys loose and wrecking everywhere into the pits. So luckily it didn't, and got home the dub.
Very intriguing that you said you want to drive off the right rear. Meanwhile, Brian McCann had said his right rear tire pretty much almost exploded by the time he got into pit road. So what was with your methods for car control, aside from, I did notice actually before the first round of pit stops, you were coasting actually a little bit to get the those extra 3 laps you did, I believe. I might be mixing up the pit strategies a little bit, but I think it was the initial first 3 extra laps, and I was thinking, well, okay, Brian McCann's come out ahead on this, and then you just ran him down. So clearly you're doing something right.
Yeah, I was. Well, I thought I didn't really pay attention to fuel, and I saw that I had basically 82 in the tank. Going an entire green flag run, and so I started to save a little bit to try and make it a 1-stop, and I realized that I had a pretty good little hot rod under me, so I was like, there's really no point in doing that. So I was really just managing the gap, saving fuel. I wasn't really trying to pull ahead, and then I saw him pit, and I was like, you know what, let's just go. He's the guy that beat the 1-stopper guys, make it all the way. It's pretty impressive in itself, so I'll pit with him. A few laps later, got the tire advantage, and then just took off. So it's it's a happy medium with the right rear here. I mean, mine was killed too. But you gotta save the right front to get it. I felt like I gained a lot into the corner, but out, if you can just manage, you're almost turning with the gas pedal other than the steering wheel. I was telling Tony, so if you can manage that, you got a pretty good advantage.
That is the main thing as well. So I think I asked this last week. Gosh, I hope I didn't. But if I did, well, we have the question again. Going into the Red Bull Ring 4 next week, do you even know what the track looks like?
I know the track looks like.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know if I've ever raced on it other than like a Kia Optima on this thing. So,
gosh,
this should be fun.
That's a car and a track combination a Kia Optima. I know it's still in the iRacing series, but a Kia Optima, Cameron.
Long time ago.
Oh my goodness, man, he's not kidding. Well, before we go ahead and let you go celebrate your race win, go ahead and shout out who gets it done for you in that number one.
Yeah, shout out to Mom, Dad, Grandma for staying up and watching on the broadcast. Hello. My dog, he ate half my dinner tonight. So, he was outside the entire night.
Getting his dinner.
Travis for putting on yourself up in the booth. And teammate John at Ghost Racing. So hopefully we can keep the train going.
Hopefully that will be the case going into next week. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, man.
Kia Optima. For context, for anyone who's wondering,
I'm gonna cut it off now for real.
The last